The benefits of cold plunging. Oh my gosh, stress can be a good thing. Nietzsche once said that that which doesn't kill us makes us stronger. And that's the essence of what we're delving into today. As I've discussed in the energy paradox, the amenities and comforts of modern living, while soothing, may actually be at the heart of weakening our bodies. We've insulated ourselves from the very environmental stresses that have historically kept our ancestors robust and resilient. On episode 120 of the Dr. Gundry podcast, I actually chatted with Wim Hof himself all about this. Now, Wim Hof has mastered the art of cold exposure. Now, our skin, our largest external organ, is brimming with thermal and electroreceptors, which are connected to our vascular and nervous systems. By shunning the cold, we've actually neglected these receptors, and in turn, our vascular system becomes understimulated. Having grown up in the Midwest and northern Midwest and Nebraska and Wisconsin, and knowing these robust individuals, I can tell you that it was always talked about that the cold makes people hardy. And I have a number of my ancestors who lived well into their early 100s being exposed to cold. And so there's a lot of anecdotal evidence that cold exposure was really good for us. So this lack of stimulation, this lack of stress really affects how we react to our environment. Now, what about reproducing that stress with modern day technology, like a cold shower or cold plunging? Now, when you step into a cold shower or hop into an ice bath, you're exercising these millions of muscles in your blood vessels. They are actively contracting and actively shunting blood away from your periphery down into your core. It's a workout at the micro level. That workout, there's an expression in longevity that we're only as young as our blood vessels are flexible. And I can actually measure blood vessel flexibility in our office. We can do it both with blood tests and with a cute little machine called an endopat. And we can actually see how flexible your blood vessels are. And the more flexible your blood vessels are, the more they react to stressors, the healthier you are and the healthier you're going forward. Now, cold exposure paired with deep breathing activates the adrenal axis. This, in turn, heightens your immune system ability to look for stressors and react appropriately. So a regular cold shower can actually lower your heart rate, decrease stress signals in your liver, and actually prevent the unnecessary production of cortisol and glucose. But you gotta ease yourself into this. Start your day off, take a hot shower, and then just turn it cold. And just turn it cold for 5 to 10 seconds. It'll brace you, but it won't just ruin your whole day. Then try to build up to about a half a minute to a minute. It's actually easy to do, but most people get turned off by it because they sit there and try to, gut it out. And that's not the way to do it. Now, the same way with cold plunges. Here's my advice as a heart surgeon and cardiologist. Please, 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 if you have known coronary artery disease, if you have known high blood pressure, this is the last thing you want to do. The literature is now replete with many well-meaning individuals who have gone from a sauna to a cold plunge, or a cold plunge to a sauna, or into a cold plunge ice bath, and have had a sudden cardiac arrest. I personally had this happen to several patients who actually came to see me after that because of that. This is a real phenomenon. And the idea that this is good for everybody and is the fountain of youth, it's not the fountain of youth if you have these conditions. So please, buyer beware. On the other hand, A 5-second spray of cold water is not the same thing. Finally, cold therapy induces mitochondrial uncoupling. And that's actually at the core of how that works. If you've read my energy paradox, unlocking the keto code, or gut check, you know that mitochondrial uncoupling is actually the key foundation to good long-term health. The good news is that cold therapy is only one of a number of ways to produce the same thing. So don't feel bad that a cold shower and a cold plunge isn't your cup of tea. There's so many other ways to achieve the same thing, including a cup of tea, which will actually uncouple your mitochondria. Your choice, hopping in an ice-cold tub of ice water or having a delicious cup of tea. More amazing episodes just like this one. Watch now.
Cornea froze. And I couldn't see where the hole was no more. It was all a blur. And I missed the hole.